Alright, everyone, welcome to What's Happening podcast on Bedworth Times. Our tagline says it all. Everybody wants to know what's happening. This is What Are People Talking About segment where we sit down, unpack what's stirring, and keep it real for those curious minds out there. Right now, people are talking about the viral reactions to Chinese manufacturers exposing a dirty little secret. Luxury brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Chanel, Burberry, Versace, Hermes are produced in the same factories, shattering the myth of their exclusivity despite those sky-high price tags. We are diving into this drama with a social commentary lens, and it's about to get real. Before we unpack this, let's just take a luxury mirage moment to set the scene. Picture this. A woman struts into a Santen boutique, dripping in confidence, dropping thousands on an LV bag. It's a letter gleaming under the store lights, the logo screaming, "I've made it." She's buying a dream, a status, a life she's being sold. Now zoom across the world to a Chinese factory, dim lights, endless rows of sewing machines, a workers stitching that same bag for pennies, her hands calloused, her dreams far from the sentence spotlight. One bag, two worlds, one illusion. That's the mirage of luxury scam. Here's the tea. Chinese manufacturers are pulling back the curtain on luxury brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Chanel, Versace, Hermes, and Burberry. This revelation ties into a broader trend where Chinese content creators on TikTok are showcasing how these brands leverage Chinese low manufacturing costs, completely undermining the perceived value of luxury goods. The exposure has been amplified by US-China tension, with some suggesting China is allowing counterfeit production as retaliation to Trump's tariffs, flooding platforms like TikTok with videos of luxury brand manufacturing. If you haven't been glued to what's happening, there's been a tit for tat on US-China trade. It started with Trump announcing a reciprocal tariff on Chinese imports, and China clapped back with matching tariffs on US goods. The back and forth escalated. Trump raised tariffs on Chinese goods to 104%, then 145%, with exemptions for electronics like smartphones. China countered, raising tariffs on US goods to 84%, then to 125%. Eventually, China's Commerce Ministry declared they'd ignore further US tariff hikes, calling them economically unsustainable and a joke in the history of world economy. They even targeted US red states with non-tariff barriers like export caps on rare earths and restrictions on dozens of US companies. Trade between the US and China is nearly frozen, with US businesses like hardware stores and toy makers halting shipments. While China's economy feels the squeeze and the US Treasury yields are spiking amid fears of China selling US bonds. Diplomatic talks non-existent. Trump says he's willing to negotiate, but insists China must make the first move, while Jinping has called for joint opposition to US bullying with the EU. That's the messy backdrop fueling this luxury goods expose on TikTok, and it's got everybody talking from TikTok to X.
Unfortunately, this is all over social media now, because they lied to us. 80% of luxury bags are secretly made in China, not France or Italy like they claim. TikTokers are exposing that Hermes, Chanel, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton only slap on a Made in France tag after importing nearly finished bags from China. And some of these exact bags are being sold for $85 on TikTok Shop while you're paying $40,000 in stores. And get this, that fine French leather, it comes from Kano, Nigeria. Yup, Africa. Chinese factories make the bags, bags. Nigerian tanneries provide the leather. And luxury brands just add the label and charge you your rent times 20. TikTokers are showing off Coach bags, Birkins, and Chanel flaps that cost $40 to make, while influencers are revealing closets full of bags they now regret buying. Even Dior's cosmetic packaging comes from Shenzhen. We've been duped by branding and prestige. You could have flown to China, bought 10 bags, and still had change for a Gucci belt. In this economy, materialism is dead, and TikTok just pulled the curtain all the way back. And get this, that fine French leather, it comes from Kano, Nigeria.
Now let's hear what people are saying on X, where their reactions are straight up wild. At Adam Media dropped, China has just legalized counterfeiting due to Trump's tariffs. There are dozens of TikToks being made by the factories behind luxury brands. They are exposing how things are manufactured and encouraging you to buy direct from them for cheaper. At 3 Yuka 1Y Peters _ said, so are we buying straight from China and skipping the American middleman now? I'm ready. At Splendid _ 0823, also known as Ahmed, broke it down, saying, so let me get this straight. China's response to tariffs is to legalize counterfeiting and go viral on TikTok with it. I think this is an escalated type of retaliation. Kylie at CryptoLash _ flipped the script, saying, they aren't legalizing counterfeiting, they are exposing luxury brands as fake. We now know that quality products do in fact come out of China. So what does that make the luxury brand worth? At WAHREH1 added, is the other way around. They are exposing how luxury brands get their items manufactured in China for a few bucks, then sell it for thousands with a different country of origin label. Kai Wong at Kai _Wong _CN chimed in, Trump's tariffs are prompting factories in China to go on TikTok to reveal a secret Western luxury brands have kept for decades. The art of the deal backfires spectacularly. Norma K at Real Norma _ K laughed. Chinese citizens are exposing luxury goods. Told you all that Tuli's LV jacket was a waste of money. I'm always vindicated. Mbali Mashinini at Mbali's _ Bakery asked, now that everything is coming to light, what will celebrities do with their luxury items? The celebrities that removed their BBLs when BBL started being accessible to everyone. At Izinja Ebelungu kept it real, saying, your Gucci's and Louis Vuittons are all made in China. The LV sold by Sis Ntosh on WhatsApp for 700 Rand is the same LV sold in Senten for 45,000 Rands. At Escape JT wondered, is it possible that people are going to wake up and realize that the LVs are a scam? Which is why you rarely see seriously rich people flexing with them. At Jules Denby went off, saying, if this US vs China face-off achieves anything, I hope it finally shows people designer items are absolutely BS and a massive cynical rip-off and always have been. Your £700 designer t-shirt cost less than a quid to make. In China by slave labor, the streets are talking, fam. Real talk, this expose is a mirror and we at Bedworth Times are staring at it right now. Imagine luxury as a glittering palace built on quicksand, shiny, towering, untouchable. But the quicksand, that's the truth. The same hands stitching your 45,000 Rand LV bag in Chinese factory as stitching the 700 Rand knockoff sold on WhatsApp. The palace crumbles when the curtains pulled back, revealing a hollow throne of logos and lies. We've been taught to worship at the altar of luxury, to see a Gucci label as a golden ticket to status, to belonging, to a life we've told ourselves we should want. But what happens when the altar's just a mirage? a trick of light reflecting off a factory floor. That's the spell we've been under. A spell woven by branding, marketing, and the illusion of exclusivity.
I will tell you 30 luxury brands. Some of their products are made in China. Ralph Lauren, Armani, Nike, Dior, Lululemon, Apple, Michael Kors, Coach, Calvin Klein, Prada, Baleine, Swarovski, Adidas, The North Face, Rimowa, Levi's, Burberry, Versace, Chanel, Cartier, Ferragamo, Timberland, Yves Saint Laurent, Victoria's Secret, Puma, Uniqlo, Disney, Max Mara, Givenchy. The producing cost is only 1/10 of its price. Can you believe it? Follow Helen, your business advisor in China.
There's a confusion about China, and let me at least give you my opinion. The popular conception is that companies come to China because of low labor cost. I'm not sure what part of China they go to, but the truth is China stopped being the low labor cost country many years ago. The reason is because of the skill, the quantity of skill in one location, and the type of skill it is. Like the products we do require really advanced tooling, and the precision that you have to have in tooling and working with the materials that we do are state of the art. And the tooling skill is very deep here. You know, in the US you could have a meeting of tooling engineers and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China you could fill multiple football fields. It's that vocational expertise is very deep, very deep here.
Here's our take at Bedworth Times. Peeps are losing their minds over China exposing high-end luxury goods like LV and Gucci. But we thought you all knew that China manufactures almost everything. These piano cats and celebrities love rocking their LVs and Gucci's apparel. Gandhi is a Hong Kong. Now this takes us back to the big question. Does made in China mean low quality, counterfeit or fake? And what does this say about society's perception of these brands? We are unpacking it all because this is the convo that needs to happen. What happens now? When folks find out that the real manufacturers of the so-called luxury brands are actually in China, manufactured in China, are they going to stop buying or wearing them? At what price will they want to buy them now, since now they know the truth? That's a conversation worth having, and it's exactly why we are bringing you this What's Happening episode. In the end, who's the fool? The consumer, because this exposes our illusion about quality and luxury brands. We've all been fooled by manufacturing, packaging, branding, and marketing, plus the cost. We all think, oh, it's a luxury item now because it's expensive. The fool is the buyer and consumers of these luxury brands. It's like this is a wake-up call that we've been under the spell of a magician and are also part of the illusion. We are calling it out. Luxury is a house of cards, built on the backs of underpaid workers, held by the smoke and mirrors of marketing. One gust of truth from China and the whole house falls. Cards scattered, revealing the joker we've been played for. We've all been played for. Wake up, fam. The magician's trick is over.
80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing. Now you see, those bags are made in China.
This is my absolute favorite tote bag nowadays, guys. I got this literally like a week ago and I've not stopped getting compliments on it. People are always asking me how much I paid for it. They're so shocked when I say I got it for a tenner on TikTok Shop because it's so cute.
How we doing, guys? What are we selling here? What are we selling? Where's the Gucci's? I think I to get Melania a Gucci bag for Christmas. Pick out a nice Gucci for me. Karen? They're authentic. They're authentic, right? But these are the real Gucci.
Let us sink in. What does this expose say about the value we place on luxury? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this is hitting you, hit that like button and subscribe to What's Happening podcast on Bedworth Times for more real talk and conversations like this. Before we close, let's spark a real convo. Share this episode with your friends, family and community to break the luxury spell. Next time you are eyeing that designer bag, ask yourself, is it really worth it? Let's rewrite the story of value together. What's the wait? China pulls the curtain, luxury takes a fall, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Burberry, Off-White, it's all a mall. We've been played by the brand, now the truth is in our hand. We are out, but the convo is not. Drop a comment. What's really luxury to you? Like, subscribe, and let's keep this fire burning with the curious Jen. Because when the illusion fades, the truth invades. Keep it real, stay honest, we are out.
Which Chinese factory supplies Louis Vuitton? Let me tell you the secret. Louis Vuitton have many Chinese suppliers, but they don't admit it. 50% of Louis Vuitton bags are made in these two places, Guangzhou City and Dongguan cities. And 90% of Louis Vuitton silk is Wang Shili from Hangzhou. I have a friend who is a manager in the factories of Louis Vuitton, and he told me the similar quality can be made for just $50. That's so crazy, right? Follow Ethan, help you